Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Firstly, I would like to apologize that I wasn't really able to upload any videos recently due to my work pretty much. But on the very same time, I would like to talk about the Honda Racing eMotorsport Series 2025. Well, today I believe the qualifying has started for it. And on the very same time, I also would like to showcase a hot lap here so that you guys can also get the gold target lap time here, which is a 142.173 at the moment. In my opinion, it's going to drop down a little bit, so just to be sure, or like just to be safe, if I were you, I would try to aim to get a 141.7 or 0.8 in the end. Because it's still the first day, and you can also see at the bottom of the screen there that we have like 30 days left. But on the very same time, I would like to talk about the track, like talking about the braking points, the driving line. After that, going through my hot lap here. Like you can also see that I'm currently 4th in the world right now, and you can also see my replay here on the leaderboard. So let's move on to the next chapter, which is talking about the track and so on. So in this chapter, I'll be going through the track with you guys so that I can also show you the braking points, the driving line, and also the gearing you should be taking through these corners here. So before you start your lap, I would advise you using the 5th gear for the exit of the final corner so that you can also ignore the upshifting time of the car, because it's a turbo power car, and once you upshift with the Honda NSX here, you will notice like a slight delay before you will get the boost once again, right? But if you're starting a lap on the 5th gear already, then you can also have a higher speed at the exit of the final corner there. So for the first corner, for me personally, I always use the middle of the second, like the penultimate and the last braking marker here. And it's also really important not to cut too much on the inside curb there, because that will also unsettle your car a little bit. Here for the right-hander, it's also really important to stay as closely to the apex as possible and use the 2nd gear for the exit. Here you can use the right-hand side as a line or like an area you can use, but on the left-hand side it's also important to use the curb on the inside, like on this right-hander here, so that you can also rotate the car a little bit better for the exit. Here, yeah, we are about to finish sector 1. And then on the very, well, not really on the very, but like on the following right-hander, that's where we will be starting sector 2. And for me personally, like the braking point I used for the upcoming right-hander was like just shortly after the curb on the left-hand side, which you were able to see here. And it's also really important not to use 100% of your braking there, because then you won't be able to turn, well, yeah, anymore pretty much. Because you will put the entire force, or like the entire weight of your car onto the front, which is not ideal. For the left corner here, it's also important to kind of cut the inside there so that you can also carry a little bit more speed throughout these 2 corners here. And then it's literally like a flatter corner. Here it's also important not to use, or not to use, wait, let me rephrase myself, not to use the grass on the right hand side before, because that can unsettle your car a little bit, and thus you may end up losing a little bit of speed towards the end of the back straight here. For the upcoming right-hander, I always brake just shortly after the 50 braking marker, which you were able to see at the top of the screen there. Here you can kind of cut the inside, but I wouldn't really cut the inside too much. Use the 3rd gear for the exit. Yeah, and in this way you can also finish your sector 3, I believe this is. And you can also see at the bottom of the screen there that I was using brake balance +5 all the time. Here for the first right-hander of sector 4, it's also important not to cut the inside too early, because that will also compromise your exit as well as your line, or like your driving line. Here it's really important to use the inside curb there, like on this inside there on the left hand side, so that you can also get a little bit more rotation and thus a little bit of speed there. Here I would advise to shift down to 4th gear in order to have a little bit of extra rotation before shifting up to 5th for the exit. But then before you cross the start finish line, it's important not to shift up to 6th gear, because otherwise you will lose a little bit of speed before crossing the start finish line. But this was a lap. or like me talking through about the lap here, and now I would like to showcase a hot lap here.